when everyone else did. Yeah. All in all, I believe Peter is a good guy who had a bad day. Some of y'all in here, y'all good people. You don't wake up wanting a bad day. You wake up expecting a good day. Amen. But all it takes is one phone call, one DM, one email, one text, and all of a sudden, your whole day that started out good ends up bad. We all experience bad days. Because oftentimes when we're being nosy, we forget about the prior commitments we made due to fear. Sitting at the table, Jesus reveals to his disciples, hey guys, you need to understand that my time is at hand. And I hope you realize that someone at this table is going to betray me. And of course, they began to look around trying to figure out who it was that was going to betray Jesus. They immediately became suspicious of each other and began quizzing one another, wondering, is it you? Is it you? Yeah. Or is it you? Y'all been there before. Everybody sitting at the table who said they got your back really don't have your back. And you sit at the table wondering sometimes, is it him? Is it him? Is it you? Jesus says, you gotta understand, Peter. Someone's going to betray, but I gotta tell you something, Peter. Satan is asking for you because he wants to sift you as wheat. So here it is, Peter, stay on your toes. Because he wants to separate all of you from me like chaff from wheat. He says, Jesus to Peter, but I pray for you. And when you come out, strengthen your brother. All right. Soon thereafter, the betrayer reveals himself as being Judas. And Judas betrays Jesus with a kiss. Be careful you let kiss you on the cheek. That's a word. Oh, y'all don't want to say it, man. I thought I had some real folk word. I know everybody that kiss on you, you just love them to death. I'm so glad you did. There's just some folk I know won't betray me, and I ain't looking for them to kiss me on no cheek. Kiss him on the cheek, and the soldiers and the religious leaders come and arrest Jesus. Peter said, you're not doing that to my leader. Yeah. Pulls out his switchblade and chops off the man's ear. Some of us don't mind cussing and cutting. Okay? We'll be correct. I'm glad I got these two of y'all that's going to be with me. The rest of y'all just looking around crazy. I sure wish y'all be highly honest today. Come on now. And Jesus said, Peter, we're not doing that like this. I'll tell you what. Jesus picks up the man's ear and puts it back on. And he says to them, he says, this was supposed to happen this way. Jesus had just been arrested by the temple troops in the Garden of Gethsemane, and the disciples had fled for their lives. Peter, after cutting the man's ear off, violently, Jesus puts it back on. I tell you, this was a bad day. It is a fearful and dangerous night, unsafe for Jesus and his disciples. The one who was so close, loyal, and passionate, and the devoted follower of Jesus is now following him at a distance. He then sits in the middle of the courtyard with some people who started a fire to keep warm. Be careful. Following at a distance, you end up sitting with the folk who are the enemy. Come on now. Of Jesus. I wish I had somebody. That's why Psalms 1 says, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor sits in the way of sinners, nor stands in the way they says, because he delights in the law of the Lord, and that law does he meditate how? Day and night. Luke's account doesn't focus on what's going on in the courtyard. He's talking about Peter following at a distance. Here's what you need to understand. If you keep following God at a distance, the more he'll get ahead of you, and the further you become of him. Can I tell you something? I don't like caravan. Anybody like caravan? I hate caravan. I can't stand caravan. Just tell me. I'm going to be honest. Even in some funeral procession, I just tell, if I'm doing this, I say, man, just tell me where you're going and I'll meet you there. Okay. Because I hate caravan. I'll put it in the GPS and let that lady Sirius talk to me. I mean, that's just real simple. I mean, but I'm not going to. There's just something about caravanning, because some people don't respect the fact that they got other folk following them. Amen. So they're going to switch a lane, you got to switch a lane. They're going to switch a lane, you got to switch. And don't be on the freeway. Oh, my God. That's even worse. I know that's not a word, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's worse because on the freeway, not only are they changing lanes, you got folk in front of you that's not even in the caravan changing lane. That's right. Till eventually you got 3 or 4 cars in front of you, and now if you're in the front, you looking through your rearview mirror, trying to find out where they at. And these days, every car looks the same to me. If you drive a Malibu, there's about 500 other Malibus on the freeway with you. Even if it is black. With bulbs on it. You still want to figure out, is that him? Listen, when you follow God and you follow at a distance, there are a lot of things that get in front of you which will push you further away from him. Could it be that some of us have been following Jesus for a long time, but we've allowed our relationships distance us from God? Some have been following God for so long, we allowed religious activity to get in front of, between you and God. Some of us have allowed our money. Uh-oh. Just raise your feet up. I don't want to get y'all turned. I'm coming through the aisle. I just want you to know that. All right. Some of us have allowed our children and our parents to create distance between you and God. Does it sound familiar? Say that. When I was growing up, and I'm moving real quick, I didn't have a choice if I was coming to church. Talk about it. It wasn't that when you wake up and you just, and my mom asked me, you going to church today? Yeah, my grandmother said, my grandmother said, you going to church today? You know what they said? Not on Sunday, on Saturday, go get your clothes ready. Get your suit up. I don't care if you gotta wear white socks. Get yourself ready for church. We going to church. And you better not complain. We be in church all day from 8 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And you better not complain. Now one time. Now we give kids a choice. I don't. Whether they go to church. I want to tell you something. That's because we've allowed people to get in front of our relationship with God. It has allowed us to draw deeper away from Him rather than coming closer to Him. It got so bad in that distance between God and Peter that 3 times Peter denied Christ. The first time, a little girl accuses Peter, hey, this man was with him. In other words, what she was saying is, he was always hanging out with that Jesus fella. And then, of course, Peter turns around and says, no, I wasn't. I don't know who he is. And y'all looking at me strange. But it's mighty funny how we deny Christ when we have broken fellowship with him.
Amen.
People don't know who you is on your job. Shucks, I told you I'm coming. People don't know who we are in the grocery store. But be careful though, somebody gonna recognize you and say, you know what? I saw you at church last Sunday. And you was the main one shouting all the service. But now here you are, getting patrol silver. Oh, I can get somebody. Yeah, I saw that look on your face. Getting your bottle of Hennessy, Crown Law, Modelo, Pacifico, Victorias. I mean, all of the good stuff, you know. All that is saying simply is, I don't know him. Second time, as some time went by, someone else comes up and says, man, you look so familiar. You ever did that in the store with somebody? Man, I know you from somewhere. Where I know you from? And then you try that like, no, you don't know me. Yeah, they do. They know you from somewhere. They see you from somewhere. And this guy said, I know you. I've seen you. Remember, I know why I saw you. I seen you travel with Jesus. And all the other 12. And Peter says, it wasn't me. Now it's for the second time. Now the third time, you know, you hate getting consecutive questions of the same thing over and over and over again. And so the third time, some hours pass by. Again, someone else comes by and sees him and says, no, certainly, dude, you was following Jesus. He said, I'm going to tell you how I know. Because you don't talk like everybody else. You are a Galilean. And the way you speak tells me you were with Jesus. And you followed him. By this time, any intelligence that Peter had went out the window. Because by now, the text doesn't say, but I'm going to translate this third time. He got indignant and started cussing. Because some of us like to cut and cuss. But here's a turning point. As soon as Peter, and I'm on the way, as soon as Peter denies Christ that third time, the Bible says the rooster crowed. What a blessing. I always wondered, where was that rooster? Was he close? I'm told he was sitting in the courtyard, Peter that is, sitting in the courtyard being warmed up. I said, well, what to do? Was the rooster there getting ready to be cooked? Where was this rooster? And I'm a country boy. When one starts crowing, they all start crowing. But only one raised his voice and started crowing, which says to me, God has so planned it to get Peter's attention that he shut the mouth of every crow and allowed one cry loud enough for him to hear him deny Christ.
Come on now. Okay now.
Oh, what you saying? There's sometimes God allows some stuff to happen in your life to get your attention.
Yeah.
And he will scream to the top of his lungs by using something else to let you know, hey, help, come back. You're going too far. You're doing too much. Because God is not going to let you get too far and don't try to pull you back in. The text says that Peter began to weep, cry, because he heard, or he remembered what the Lord had said to him. And that weeping was intense. It was so intense, it was like a sharp pain being pierced in his heart. Have you ever had one of them sharp pains like, ooh, Lord? It was one of those, but a little worse. If we deny Christ and it doesn't hurt, something's wrong. See, look, I got to move. I don't want to mess up y'all's bunch. I think I did already. But anyway, Lord, deliver me from people who can sin and feel good about it.
Come on now.
Okay, now.
That part.
Y'all better be careful with folks that can brag about their lifestyle. It's not part of God. Because eventually it's going to rub off on you. You don't believe it? I don't want to say it, but I'm going to. Some of us are the way we are because we allow the wrong person to rub up against us. And they overstayed their welcome in our lives. And we started acting just like them, birds of a feather. Come on, talk to me, somebody.
Amen.
Here's what I love about it. Jesus did not allow Peter to stay where he was. Here's what Jesus did. Jesus goes to Calvary. He nailed his hands, nailed his feet, pierced his side. He's killed, buried in the bar tomb. Bible says that early Sunday morning he gets some of the power in his hand. He appears to his disciples. He said, now, here's what he's going to get my disciples and Peter. Y'all missed that right there. Y'all missed that right there. He said, get my disciples and the one that denied me. Peter, he didn't call Judas because Judas had already committed suicide. He said, but get me Peter along with the disciples. Even though there was broken fellowship, Jesus still saw Peter as his disciple. Okay, then come here. Have you ever gotten in trouble when you was a kid with your mama and them? And they told you, get out my face. Go to your room. Here's the one, here's the thing I like about that. I didn't like it then, but I like it now. I'm in my room, but guess what? I'm still in the house. Y'all miss that? Come on. Peter denies Christ for all intents and purposes. He's been kicked out of the house. But when Jesus said, get my disciples and Peter, he's letting Peter know, man, no, man, I still got you. Come on, let's have a conversation. Okay, then here's what I want to say. That some of y'all need to go back to some people who did you wrong. And you need to give them some grace. The same way God has given you grace. I wasn't trying to preach this hard. I played too much with those kids yesterday, but I'm going to preach anyway. Listen. In John chapter 21, verses 15 through 19, Peter and Jesus have another conversation. And Peter says, Jesus said, Peter, do you love me? Peter says, sure enough. He says, feed my sheep. He says, Peter, do you love me? Come on, Jesus. You know I love you. He says, feed my lamb. He asked him a third. Peter had a problem with somebody asking him the same thing 3 times, even with Jesus. He asked the third time, do you love me? Peter said, now listen, man. I told you twice already that I love you, and you still ask me, man, yes, I love you. At that point, Jesus restores him. Here it is.